Wait! Before you click away from this video because I'm not the crazy Russian hacker, I ask that you take a moment to consider these 3 questions. 1. Who is this strange-looking individual who thinks he can just mosey on in and do a repeat of an already popular YouTube video? 2. Will this video infringe upon the precious hours that I could be procrastinating? 3. Will this guy ever shut up? Well, in answer to the first question, hi, I'm TMN. Have we met? 2. I sure hope not. And 3. No. So in today's video, I'm going to be doing an unboxing of a Russian military ready-to-eat, or MRE. Now, you might be wondering, why? Well, recently me and my dad had been on a binge watch of the crazy Russian hacker's MRE videos, and seeing as my birthday just happened to be 3 weeks ago, he ordered me a very special gift all the way from the distant lands of eBay. Now, I don't speak Russian, nor do I understand it, which begs the question, why did my dad even order a Russian M.R.E? Well, I think I have an answer to that question. See, if I know the crazy Russian hacker at all, I know that one of his favorite foods is a meat spread called pashtet. And considering that this is a Russian M.R.E, I figure my dad probably bought this knowing that there would be pashtet in there, because I figure he probably just wants to try it because of how much the crazy Russian hacker raves about it. But I know I've been rambling on long enough and you would just like me to stop stalling and get to the point, so I'll shut up now and let's get to the unboxing. Now, one of the advantages to watching the crazy Russian hacker do this first is that you learn that this is actually not the side you open it from. You learn that there's actually a zip seal here that you can tear it open from. Perks of being second, I guess. Just get this open. This is an exciting day. And this is the one part of the video I can't redo, so if I mess up or anything on this, you know, I can't reseal it. Of course, it is kind of annoying when it doesn't really open the first time. Might need like scissors or something. Well, always nice to have trusty scissors on hand. Woo! Alright, here we go. You know, he never commented on his video about the smell, but it's got almost like a trail mix smell to it. Like nutty kind of, like apple slices and almonds or something. This should make a MRE packaging air freshener. Alright, let's see what is happening here. And there you go. There is the MRE food items. Now, I am probably not going to go through all the items that are in here today, and I will tell you why. Now, in all of the crazy Russian hackers MRE videos, he usually just opens it up and then eats it all at once. You know, he doesn't really like ration it out, even if it is a 24-hour MRE. And here's what I'm going to do different than him. See, what I'm going to do is I'm going to spread this entire MRE throughout the day to test to see if it rations out well and keeps me basically satisfied. So, this is obviously just the intro part where I do the unboxing and talk about what I'm doing and blah blah blah. But tomorrow, here's what I'm going to be doing. At 6, I'm going to eat the first part of the MRE, you know, the breakfast part. Then at 12 p.m. in the afternoon, I'm going to eat the lunch portion of the MRE. And then at 6 p.m., I'm going to eat the dinner part of the MRE. And that'll spread the breakfast, lunch, and dinner portions of the MRE throughout the day, and we can get a more accurate test to see how well it lasts through a 24-hour period. But other than that, like I said, I'm not going to actually basically look at everything until tomorrow, so that's pretty much it for now. Yeah, I will see you in roughly 10 seconds for you, and I hope you enjoy the rest of this video. I'll see you then. Well guys, it is officially the next day, and I don't know about you, but I'm ready to enjoy a nice Russian MRE breakfast. Now, as you can see here, we have only removed the essential items for each meal of the day. That way we don't have to waste time going through all the individual items only to put 2/3 back in the box. I don't really know exactly what the Russians would call breakfast items, but I'm going to assume that the apple jam spread is probably part of the breakfast. So we've got that, as well as some crackers to go with it. We've also got sugar with instant coffee. I usually like my coffee black, but I figure to get the most out of the experience, I might add sugar to it. Obviously, we have a spoon. The whole MRE comes with 3, but obviously we only need 1 for now. We've got matches, got the dry fill and the little stove to heat everything up, heat the water. Some wet wipes to sterilize, clean our hands. Regular napkin, and of course the main breakfast meal, which is basically porridge with beef. Which is basically what that translates to. So I am going to heat all this up, and hopefully it's good. Alright, so let's start by opening this. Alright. Ooh, that just falls out, doesn't it? Always hold it the right way. Alright, need one of those. Alright, now we got our little makeshift stove. Now we gotta find where I put the dagger. There we go. Now we just should be able to just remove a match and light it on fire. Come on, light up. Yeah. You know what? When life fails, when MREs fail you, just get a regular matchbox. Right, as you can see, I've already got a pot full of water, so I'm just going to put that up on top of there right now. Alright, well, as you can see, the water is fairly hot at this point, so I am going to remove it from the heat. Now, most MREs may not come with this, but if you've got your trusty mug on hand, you can always use that to pour your water off into. Now we've got the instant coffee. Coffee, as the people like to call it. Alright, well obviously as you can see the dry fill ran out, so I don't really have anything to heat up the porridge. Now maybe I'm supposed to eat it cold anyway, I don't know. I guess if you're out in the wilderness and you're eating an MRE, you should probably keep in mind that you need to conserve your dry fill to heat up your coffee, water, and your breakfast. But if I do have to heat it up, there's always the trusty stove on hand, I suppose. Look at that. Now, definitely, from even behind the camera, definitely smells meaty. Alright, well, in the off chance that your dad just happens to be cooking his own breakfast while you are cooking your MRE breakfast, you may happen to have a already hot stove completely ready for you to heat up your unheatable porridge. So, while it may not be the official way to heat up your breakfast in the wilderness, it is the only way to do it at the moment. And if you need to ask one of your fellow soldiers to help you stir your food, always make sure you have one on hand. Well, after much hassle and occasional annoyance at trying to get everything cooked for breakfast, I do believe we finally have everything ready. Now, I think most people would probably start by cleaning their hands off, because after being in the wilderness so much, your hands will probably be full of parasites and dirt and, I don't know, whatever other bacteria. So, you know, I think I know where the packaging from the MRE smell comes from. I think it might be the wipes. Very, very nice, very soft. Very nice wipes. All right. I believe I should start with the jam and the crackers. Save the main course for last. Save the best for last, as they say. You know, I always hated it when I was in elementary school and we would have like the main meal, like maybe like a vegetable soup or something, and then a tiny piece of cake. And people would always eat the cake first. Can you give me the scissors over there? Like, why would you eat the cake first when that's the best part? Save that for last. Never mind, I got it. Crackers wouldn't open. Don't want too much because we got a lot of crackers to go through. That's a cracker. It's probably not the best coffee I've had, but you know, I mean, it was a small amount in the package, so I don't know how well instant coffee disperses amongst this much water, but maybe that's why they have 4 packets of sugar. You know, had to make sure it was sugar. Didn't want to put salt in here. I was 99.8% confident. Well, that's the coffee. Now we got the porridge and beef. Russians must love their beef, I guess. Now what I'm trying to do for you guys is I'm trying to bring you along on this MRE tasting journey with me to the best of my abilities. And I'm trying to kind of figure out what this has a similar flavor to so I can describe it to you and maybe you'll understand it. All around, I have enjoyed this breakfast portion of the MRE so far. The crackers and the jam are probably my favorite part so far, but the coffee is fairly good for the most part. And the beef porridge is also very tasty. I just cannot figure out what it tastes like. But anyways, at around 12 in the afternoon, I will come back and do the lunch portion of the MRE. But altogether, that's about it for now. And I'll see you around lunch. Welcome back. It is now lunchtime. You already know the drill. I'm going to show off the food, and then we're going to cook it, and that's pretty much it. So let's get to it. So we start off with crackers, obviously. Spoon, napkin, wet wipes, more sugar, 2 bags of tea. Again, I like just plain black tea, but I do have the sugar just in case. We've got the meat spread, pashtet. There's actually 2 of these, but I've only got 1 for now because I'll probably save the other one for supper. Cheese spread, and we've got some sort of beef stew, I believe, is what that translates to. I'm not really sure exactly. Now, obviously, you already saw me fail at using the little stove last time and all that, so I am not going to waste your time showing the water heating again. We're just going to cut straight to me pouring the water in the cup and making the tea. So let's get right to it. Hopefully it's not too hot. I don't think I should have to put it on very long.
Alright. I'm a little afraid to touch it because if I slightly press the spoon into it, I feel like it's gonna fall over, so if it's not super hot when I take it off or when I eat it later, oh well. It's always nice to have a trusty Keurig on standby when you're in the wilderness. Hopefully, making tea shouldn't be so hard, but, you know, they say it's not going to be hard, and then it is, so. I'll go ahead and use both bags because I like strong tea, and also I'm not going to be drinking it for supper, so I figure might as well drink it all now. Alright, and last but not least, before we start eating all this, I will open up the cheese spread and the pastete. This right here is the cheese spread. I don't know what kind of cheese it is, some sort of white cheese I guess, but maybe cheddar, we'll find out. And of course, the pastete, probably the food I am most excited to eat in this entire MRE. And there you go. The money shot. Little green right there.
Alright, lunchtime. Now I realize that I have been cheating a bit today by heating certain elements up the wrong way than it was intended to, but this is just not my day for cooking, it seems. Nothing seems to be working out. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, that's good tea. Alright, well now let's see what the tea tastes like with sugar inside of it. Still good. I mean, tea is probably my favorite part so far. Now we've got cheese spread. You might notice it's already been eaten a bit. Funny story, I filmed this whole part and then it turns out the camera turned off while I was filming, so I have to film the whole frickin' lunch part again. So, this is pretty much me pretending like I'm eating it for the first time again, but, you know, if I could kill my camera, I would. Wow, never had this before. Don't know what this is going to taste like. The cheese does have a very, kind of like a brie. Pretty bland, not much flavor to it, but still good. I mean, if you like cheese and crackers, then you like this cheese spread. I'm not a big cheese fanatic, but I definitely still like it. You know what, though? I think even cold beef stew is still good. And the nice thing about beef stew is it is much more easier to identify the flavor than porridge and beef I had this morning, because this just tastes like beef stew. And as for the pastete, it would be nice if you could see my reaction trying it for the first time, but obviously you can't, but I'll just pretend for you guys. But I did find pastete to be good. It's definitely good. I just can't figure out if it's really, really good or if it's just like, yeah, that's good. You know what I mean? Alright, well, hopefully my camera didn't cut out in the middle of the video this time. Definitely my favorite part of the lunch, honestly, was probably the tea. Like I said, cheese was good, but, you know, not so much flavor, and the pastete, also good. And beef stew, if you like beef stew, you'd probably like this. I guess is the best way to put it. But anyways, that was the lunch portion of the MRE. And at 6, I will be back to eat the dinner portion. If that has anything to say about how this entire MRE has tasted so far, I definitely can't wait.
Well, we have officially made it. Aren't you excited? It is supper time. We are at the very last meal of the Russian MRE, and then that'll be it. The video will be over, and you can go on with your lives. I hope you've enjoyed the video so far. If you haven't, I'm very sorry, but if you want to stop now, you can. I won't feel bad. To start, we have some caviar. Don't know what kind it is, but I mean, I guess it's just caviar or whatever. More pastete. Some type of fruit, energy drink maybe. It smells like raspberry, but I'm not sure if that is what it is exactly. Spoon, salt and pepper, a fruit bar. Not sure exactly what kind it is, because there's no pictures, but we'll find out. Napkin, wet wipes, of course more crackers, And the main course, some meat and potatoes. You know the drill. We'll heat this all up, I'll eat it, and that'll be that. Let's get to it. Alright, let's first open this caviar to see what it looks like inside. Alright, it's very, got a orange looking gelatin consistency to it. Now let's open the main meal.
Well, I realized that preparation was pretty short in comparison to the first two meals, but given the fact that I already showed you me cooking my breakfast on the stove and then doing it the other way by actually cooking it on the fire for lunch, I figured there was no real reason to actually show that for dinner, so I just cut straight to it already being cooked. And since everything else is already pretty much just readily made, don't have to cook it at all, I figured, you know, don't really have to really show much behind the camera scenes. So, well, I will start with this raspberry drink, or whatever. Hopefully it is meant to be drunk cold, but not. I can always heat it up, I guess. But. Ooh. It's messy everywhere. It's fun, it's like glitter. I will try that later. It's a very interesting consistency. Mmm. Whew. That is weird. That's definitely pumpkin caviar. I definitely taste the pumpkin now. I can definitely see why this would be a cracker item, though. That is definitely my least favorite part of this MRE so far. Doesn't taste horrible, but it's very strong. Alright, so next we got the main meal itself. Definitely takes a while kind of for the caviar flavor to go away, to get used to the main meal flavor. I can't really decide which of these three meals has been my favorite so far, but this one is pretty good. Now we're going to put salt and pepper. I'm sure maybe you're supposed to disperse the salt and pepper among the lunch and dinner, because this probably is a high amount of salt and pepper to put on, but I didn't really want to open one. I didn't really want to open both packets and then have to just have them lying around later, so... That sets your teeth on edge. That's a lot of salt. It's like an anchovy times 10. You know what that calls for? That calls for raspberry drink. I don't really know exactly the quantity of water you're supposed to have with the powder. There was a lot of powder, but it's still pretty thinly dispersed. Overall, it still tastes pretty good, though. I mean, if I were in a survival situation, I would enjoy it, I'm sure. And it's come down to this final moment, the last item of food that we have to try in this MRE, the fruit bar. I've saved this for last, not because I'm most excited for it, but just because it seems to be the most representative of some sort of dessert item. I believe this is a prune flavor, though. I don't know why it doesn't have a picture on the front, but... Yeah. Very good. Well, I hope you've enjoyed watching me eat this MRE throughout the day. Hopefully this video doesn't turn out to be too long, but if it does, I hope you were able to sit through all of it without getting bored. And if you like this video, leave a like on it. Comment down below telling me what you thought of my review of it. Also, share this video with your friends and your family if you enjoyed it enough to do that. Don't forget to subscribe, and also hit that little bell icon right next to the subscribe button so you can be notified whenever I post. All in all, I've been TMN, and I'll see you next time.